All right, welcome back, y'all. I know it's been like low key a long ass time. I've been taking breaks, going through it, family, girlfriend. Been on BS in the market. Haven't even been watching price, like all of the above. It's been a whole lot this year, and I thought this year was gonna be way better because I have became the trader that I wanted to be in terms of knowledge and skill set. I have the skill set. I have the knowledge. I have enough experience to make money consistently. But I haven't got over myself. I haven't mastered myself, and I haven't even been able to do so or even take part in trying to do so because of everything that goes on outside of trading. Basically, that basically sums it up. But I'm trying to start somewhere. I'm not gonna lose the dedication or motivation like I have been, and that's about it. So today we're gonna do a little market review of today, and I'm gonna try to consistently do some of these. Not some. I will consistently do these, and then when I'm ready, I'll be adding in some accounts or account. May start with one, and yeah, be transparent, be posting, try to become consistent somewhere in this life. So yeah, we'll start on the weekly chart right here. Um, just nothing really. Failed to reach the rejection block. Order block formed. Expected this. Traded to right here. Wick. Consequent encroachment. I don't even know if we touched the upper quadrant. I don't really care. Broke down. New week opening gap. Unfilled. That just shows weakness. And then breaks down. So I was just looking for the volume imbalance this week, and then this gap to today. Yes, this gap and like this new week opening gap here, and this stuff will be on the chart. Sorry, the stuff will be on the chart. I just turned it off because I low-key restarted like a couple times. But yeah, let me go to the daily. This just obviously this volume imbalance that's unfilled, and then this fair value gap, and that's pretty much it. I have the low, I have the weekly volume imbalance, and then I have like two new day opening gaps, and then I have this high right here. So I'm gonna go to the 1 minute, and all my mockups or annotations are gonna be here already. So relative equal highs that formed after 7 a.m., after 8 a.m., and then London lows with 7 a.m. low, and then you have this new day opening gap down here. Or new week opening gap. I'm pretty sure it's a new week opening gap. A new week opening gap right there with the daily SIBI low. So if the target was to fill the daily SIBI low because of the weekly fair value gap, obviously we can go below it and still be able to close above it on the daily chart or any gap really. So market opens. Oh, and here's your opening range gap 50%. So opening range gap 50% and relative equal highs. And then you have relative equal lows. So just see which one gets taken first. Simple as that. And then wait. So you have first value gap that forms. After market open, we trade up, fill in this gap, order block, inversion fair value gap that formed inside the macro. Volume imbalance. So we're just filling in potholes. Filled in a pothole. Utilized a gap that is significant because it is one that formed inside of the macro, the 850 to 910 macro. Created a high, broke down. So in that little interval, we took this high, left relative equal highs, so we're just engineering liquidity. Market structure shift 2022. inversion, breaker, just flawless, and then we just break down. And then with speed though, so I'm already expecting this to be taken, and I'm not gonna wait. I'm going to wait until the macro starts. So if it runs without me, then oh well. I'd have to wait for a silver bullet or 1050 or 1020 macro, and I'm gonna show you that 1020 right now. So first for value gap, hit, boom, bread and butter to the sell side, right here if you wanted, or if you had the experience or skill set or knowledge to anticipate us touching this and filling in this new week opening gap, or touching or going to, through, whatever you want to call it. It's a magnet. But yeah, so first for value gap, boom, order block, use the high, daily BISI high, and the new day or new day or new week opening gap high. And respecting consequent encroachment, breaking down, using the low, failing to reach, and then breaking down some more. Trading up, created a high, created relative equal highs when the macro started. Broke down, took out the sell side, traded back up, engineered more relative equal highs, liquidity. So you have relative equal highs, and then you have a volume imbalance here. Then you also have like another short-term high here. So we break down once more inside the macro, take out the sell side. Now we're outside the macro. I'm really not touching anything. We take the low, we take this little sell side here. So 1, 2, 3, little 3 drives pattern. Also while taking London as well. So that's all significant. So we took a whole lot of sell side and dug into multiple higher time frame fair value gaps, while all the while being majorly bullish, realistically. So that's a lot of sell side took. So I'm using this as my change in the state. So I'm going to use this whole candle, split that mean threshold, validate it here. So once we validate it, I'm just going to wait for a close. Or I could enter inside of here if I wanted to, but like it's not ideal unless it'd be this entry right here. But yeah, so we validated it here. So we already changed in the state from sell side delivery to now I want to be looking for buy side delivery, open volume imbalance, open gap, buy side liquidity, any of that stuff. Validated, traded back below. I'm not going to add it, but rejection block and then wick consequent encroachment. Look at the bodies. Look at what it's telling you. That's all I'm saying. Failed to reach, failed to reach. And then you have this candle. Took out this little sell side right here. This little low has sell side beneath it. Yes. On a lower time frame, it looks even better. It has sell side beneath it, regardless of it leaving relative equal lows. But look at the bodies though. Rejection block, consequent encroachment, and then look where we close. All the way above here. As soon as the macro starts. So 1 minute into the macro, we get a displacement. Next minute, use this gap, trade back down, because what does the macro do? Trade to liquidity and or inefficiency. Inefficiency here, inefficiency here, inefficiency right here. It's a volume imbalance. So we trade all the way back down. Look at the bodies respecting this order block, but also respecting the change in the state of delivery. So we are now in a buy program looking for buy side regardless. Even though we are inside the macro, trading lower, filling in this because that is what macros do. They trade to liquidity or fill in inefficiency. So we're filling in this. This is the most optimal, gorgeous, sexy entry ever. Look how it respects, trade back down, and then just skyrockets. And then you have this order block with the daily with the daily BISI low. Order block with the daily BISI low with the new day opening gap. And I want you to see how it plays around in here. Bodies, consequent encroachment. Just look at the bodies. So forget the high right now. Look at consequent encroachment. Look at the order block. opening price, look at the low, and look at the daily BISI. And then just look how it plays around to the tick, plays around with all this stuff. And then the macro ends. And then we start moving higher again. Retrace for value gap, closes below it. Utilizes the order block here. Trades up. You have an order block with the fair value gap. Trades up into that SIBI again. Fails to take out the buy side. Utilizes this fair value gap. And started moving higher. Displaces higher with speed. Gets above this inversion fair value gap. So relative equal high. So there's your buy side. And there's your volume imbalance. And then we trade up to the new day opening gap. Trade back down during the 1050 macro. Because that's what it does. We already took out short-term high, liquidity, filled in some stuff. Trading back down to fill in and trade back to. Trading back to this inversion here. Look at the bodies respecting it. And then we filled in these gaps. So this, when it, like stuff like this, on a day like today, I'm seeing this as not, oh, we're going to leave those as breakaway gaps when we have this inversion here. No, I'm seeing that as a liquidity void because it's moving with such speed, no effort, and outside of a time where it should be moving. And also didn't come back for this inversion. If we had used this inversion already, I wouldn't expect us to come back or do this. But we're moving like this without being in a macro and without utilizing this inversion. So I see it as fake. Like I see it as manipulation. Like people trying to enter in here, like, and your stop loss is here. Like you're gonna get taken out. Like regardless of us being in the macro, the liquidity void, it wants to get filled in. So it fills that in, but we're still using this inversion to give us narrative in this order block. We're using the inversion and this order block to give us narrative, to provide us with what's needed to tell us a story that we're not done going higher, even though we just closed below all this and traded through all that. We're leaving the inversion open. We're still in the macro. After filling in all, so we filled in all the liquidity inside the macro. So what's next? Inefficiency or liquidity? So we filled in all the inefficiency. What's next? Liquidity here, liquidity here, liquidity here, liquidity here. Opening range got 50%. Inefficiency, huge inefficiency that we like to look for, huge magnet. So inside the macro, order block inside of an order block, still inside the macro. So I'm seeing this as a propulsion block. And then we form a fair value gap. Like whatever this is, just engineering liquidity again, relative equal highs. Yeah, we form a fair value gap with a propulsion block. So I'm expecting movement. So we get this trash candle, displacement above the low, above consequent encroachment, meander, but we're still staying above the high. I meant above the low of the new day opening gap. We use this fair value gap, and then we close above consequent encroachment, and then stay above it of the wick. And then we just, with speed, just run with speed. After using the propulsion block with the fair value gap, we run with speed. Then we run with speed to the buy side. Lunch retracement. Buy side, open range got 50%, left it untouched, came back to it. So we retraced during lunch, came back to it, 1250 macro, and then broke back down. We didn't use first fair value gap to get up there. We left relative equal lows. and an unfilled gap. So what are we gonna do? Still during lunch, or not like, well, yeah, still during lunch, the end of lunch, going into the PM session. I don't know if you can hear that back there, but I apologize. But yeah, relative equal lows. And then you have an unused fresher value gap. I know for a fact that we're likely to go back to that fresher value gap. So yeah, that's just me explaining what had happened today. If you found something insightful, I put some knowledge in that brain of yours. I'm a little rusty. It's green though. I won't lose the skill. That's all that matters. But I really need to work on myself, focus on myself, and understand and fix the issues. Because it's not hard. You make it hard, not with the technicals, but you make it hard with yourself and how you are and how you choose to be, how you continue to be, how you allow yourself to be. But yeah, this is a start, and this is where the journey finna unfold. Cause I'm really done playing games. I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of going through the same stuff. I'm tired of dealing with the same mistakes. Like, I know what's wrong. I know why it's wrong. I just need to get a hold of it, like grab it, get rid of it. But yeah, I'll see y'all until probably tomorrow. Make another one.